Hi, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. It's Robin here again. Thank you for joining the channel. Lots to talk, lots of things going on regarding UK state pensions and Class 2 voluntary overseas contributions. If you've not watched the original video that I did, should be above my head now. And that explains how you can top up your UK pension if you've currently worked for a minimum of 3 years in the UK. Now, that's all changing. So I've done a fourth video, I think it is now, which explains what the changes are. And the biggest change really is the Class 2 voluntary overseas contributions are going to cease in April. So therefore, you're going to have to pay Class 3. I'm getting loads of questions, loads of comments about, is it worth it, etc. So I'm going to do a quick explainer. This should only take 3 or 4 minutes, so stick with me. There's a QR code at the end if you want to get in touch and book a short meeting with me. And let's crack on, okay? So let's look at an example. Call this gentleman Mr. X. He's 55 years of age now. He's going to retire when he's 67. And according to the Office of National Statistics in the UK, his average life expectancy will be 86 years of age. So we have to figure those kind of things in. So let's have a look at the mathematics of this. Let's look at the data, in terms of what's involved. Now, the new state pension is going to increase again in April to just over £12,600 a year if you've got the full 35 years. Okay. Now, 1 year's contributions is about £950. So I'm taking a bit of an average there. Some are a little bit cheaper, some are a little bit more expensive, but let's work on £950 for now. Mr. X will continue paying in 2026, 2027, and he'll pay his £950 because he lives in France or Spain, Portugal, wherever he wants to live, okay? And that will increase his pension in retirement. So in another 12 years' time, that will increase his pension by 1/35 of £12,600 a year. That's in today's terms, okay? So that is approximately £360 a year. He'll get extra for paying a one-off payment of £950. So it's really important. Now, that £360 obviously is going to keep increasing by the triple lock. Now, I've put in here the triple lock, for those of you who don't know, it's 2.5% CPI or average earnings, whichever's the higher. So I've used the lowest one here, which is the 2.5%, which I think is fairly conservative and fair. So his £360 over 12 years will increase substantially. Now, he'll get his pension from the age of 67 till he dies aged 86. So that's 19 years. Stay with me. Last page, pretty straightforward from here on in. Now, his pension value, that 360 I mentioned on the earlier slide, has now increased to £474. But that's because it's gone up by 2.5% a year for 12 years. He's going to get 19 years worth of payments for his £950 investment. Okay. So I'm going to get 1/35 extra for 19 years until he dies. So he's going to get paid an extra £11,400. He's invested £950, gets back £11,400. Tell me where those kind of investments exist on this planet. I'll be putting all my clients into tomorrow. So his ROI is about 1,200%, okay, with zero risk. The UK government's not going to go bust. Well, actually, okay, I'll caveat that. There are some risks, but they're very, very, very low, especially from the UK government. S&P 500 is a bit of an example. Ex-dividend, taking the dividends out because that's extremely difficult to calculate, has risen by about 360% over the last 20 years. Okay, and that's with some high risk. We've seen the ups, we've seen the downs, we've seen the black swan events, and we've seen Mr. Trump's tariffs and everything else. So absolutely, it's got to be worth it. And Class 2, just a reminder, is closing in April. Get on it. Look at I think his third video tells you how to do it. Second one tells you how to register on the government gateway. And the first one, the longest one, part 1, explains all about Class 2 voluntary contributions. If you've not done it, you need to do it now. However, after April, is it worth it? £950 for that 1 year. Is it worth it for a return of 1,200%? Now, bear in mind, that's on average life expectancy. If somebody dies earlier, the return will be less. But then again, if they live longer, it'll be greater. In my opinion, absolutely yes. It's a no-brainer. Even at £950, it's a no-brainer. Okay? Any questions? Get in touch. Please subscribe. Please give me a like or even comments. I'm doing my best to respond to every sensible comment wherever I can. So please bear with me. But please subscribe. It really does help in this digital age. QR code there if you want to book a meeting with me, just €10. You know, I'm quite happy to dive in and help people on all kinds of topics around pensions. And there's my email address there as well. So robin@robinthornton.com. It's pretty simple to remember. Always visit my website. There's stuff on there as well. robin@robinthornton.com. If you've got any kind of simple, straightforward questions that I can just ping you back a reply. Okay? You have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care.